yes, you need to prepare for...
Are you planning to take your official OET examination from home but don't know where to start? Are you new to the OET exam and specifically taking the OET in this type of way? Then we've got you covered. You see, here at IELTS Medical, we've got an excellent online OET at home explanation course and mock exam specifically developed for the OET at home format. You can learn OET material and practice taking a simulation of OET at home too. Our course and mock exam is backed by the latest in AI technology and includes OET at home listening, reading, writing and speaking with live video interlocutors. And the best part is, you'll receive your computerized mock exam results within just 24 hours. Learn more.
Hello, Manong George here, and for today's episode of Do I Need This? Do I need to prepare for revalidation? The answer is simply yes. You need to prepare for your revalidation. Bakit ka mo? Now, bakit ba hindi kailangan mo? Now, when do I revalidate? Now, the NMC says that if your revalidation is due at the end of the month, you should be passing the revalidation papers on the first day of that month. So for example, your registration expires on the 31st of January. Your revalidation papers should be in on the 1st of January. Now you have to remember, for the NMC, revalidation is required for every 3 years for any RGN. So what do you need for your revalidation? First, 450 hours of practice. In my opinion, 450 hours of practice in 3 years is easily attainable, especially for those who are full-time employees of the, let's say, the NHS or any private institution. However, if you are working on less hours, please make sure that you are covered with the 450 hours of practice. Next, 35 hours of CPD points, with 20 hours of that 35 points should be participatory. Ibig sabihin ng participatory? So what is participatory training? That basically means it's not just you sitting down on a computer and doing your training. This would have been trainings wherein you'd have to participate. Examples of which might be your mandatory BLS training, which you get annually. Remember, you must have a record of these trainings happening, and it must contain the following. Next, we also need 5 pieces of related feedback. So what is related feedback? A related feedback could be formal or informal, written or verbal. Perfect example is maybe a thank you note from a patient describing how well you did for providing care for your patient. Also, you could use audit appraisals for your related feedback. Also, you could go to the NMC website and download the templates to help you with your related feedback. You would also need 5 pieces of reflective accounts. Now, what are these? So, the NMC says this might be any event or experience in your practice. But you have to remember, you cannot put any identifying information for any other person. So remember, all of these, which includes your practice-related feedback and also your reflective discussions, they should all relate to the NMC Code of Practice. Lastly, you are required to have a reflective discussion with another NMC registered nurse. A good candidate would probably be your line manager, but if you don't have a line manager, you can probably ask another colleague to do this for you. Now remember, the NMC will ask you to submit this portfolio, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you should have a physical copy of it. However, be ready to print them out, as sometimes they do require a physical copy of this from any nurse. It does come in random. Now, I did tell you that this is very important for you as a nurse to renew your license and to revalidate yourself. But you also have to remember, indemnity insurance is also a requirement when you revalidate with the NMC. And don't you forget, even though that maybe, let's say, this year is your revalidation year, you would never be exempted to pay for your registration fee. That registration fee you have to pay annually. Your annual fee is still mandated to be paid even though you're revalidating on that year. I know 3 years might sound a long time, but on the very first day that you receive your PIN, or maybe that you've revalidated, day 1 is when you start preparing for your revalidation. At the end of the day, revalidation might be easy or it can be complicated. So make sure you are very well prepared to revalidate before the last minute. I hope this has helped you with your revalidation questions, and make sure to comment down below or hit that bell button to subscribe to our channel. Always remember, Manong knows.
Manong knows best, put your worries to rest when staying in the United Kingdom. Manong knows best.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Join our Facebook group, Filipino UK Nurse. Sign up to our website, www.filipinouknurse.com.